Hello and welcome to another episode of A Ghost in the Magazine. I'm Steph
I'm Jay.
and we're drinking. Oh, you can't see. We're drinking. And behind me, you will see a fucked up Sam Neill. And you know why? Because we covered Event Horizon.
The
Do you...
Raptors got to
Oh
him.
man. See, that's all I could think of was not Mr. Jurassic Park. Not Mr. Jurassic Park being the fucking bad guy.
Mm.
Like, excuse me? And
He
also, like,
was so this look as well was so good. I don't know why they changed him into Pinhead for the last 10 minutes.
I don't know. That was fucked up. They fucked up there, in my opinion. Let him keep his hair.
Hmm.
And don't do that. But
Let him keep his hair, but not his eyes.
no. And his acting was questionable in some parts of this movie. It got
Hmm.
better the more unhinged he was allowed to be because, like, how
Hmm.
can you fuck up crazy? Really? Like,
But he went from very quiet, like very quiet, crazy to like I'm
I'm gonna
already home
skin you
and like
alive.
slinking into the dark.
Okay, when that happened, I was like, "Ugh, fuck off. Like,
Because it was the smile. Because then he goes back to being scared.
I can't deal with this movie. Do you want to know the reason why I put this movie on my TBW to begin with?
Hmm.
Family Guy. There's this episode. There's like a I forget what his name is, but there's like a convenience store clerk that hired Meg
Yeah.
and Chris, and all he
Hmm.
does is talk about fucking movies. And Meg got fired, and Chris was trying to get her rehired, and he was like, "Guess what? I watched Event Horizon." He was like, "Oh my God, we have to talk about it." And I was like, "Do we?" And that did it.
You know the problem with this film? Actually, a good thing for a start,
Mm-hmm.
more melanin than the Alien films had.
I was literally, that's a very important series of notes that I have
Hmm.
because not two black men making it to like the last chunk. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
Two
Hmm.
black men. Uh,
Unfortunately, every time I saw Lawrence Fishburne, all I could think was him in The Matrix going, machines!
don't do Lawrence like that. Don't do him like that. He was a very so in the we were talking about the space movie equation. You have to have a
Hmm.
short-haired space baddie, but you also need like a rough around the edges black guy who's in charge of some stuff.
Hmm.
Um this one happened to make it far. Pretty
Yes,
fucking
he did.
far. And I was very impressed. But I also like how like no fucking nonsense he was because
Hmm.
immediately, all right, let's set the scene here. The Event Horizon is a ship, a sexy evil ship.
I
Okay.
love I love whenever they give like really good names to spaceships.
I know you do.
Like
And I was
like
thinking of you.
Prometheus,
The
like Covenant, like Event Horizon.
Event Horizon. And when they show like that Sports Illustrated like spread shot of
Yes.
the ship, all I could think of was you asking me in Aliens, so what did you think about the ship? And I was like, I don't give a fuck about the ship. I gave a fuck about this ship. She was
Hmm.
fly.
Hmm.
She was a baddie. She was evil. She was
She is.
evil.
This is true.
But
Yes.
it's not her fault. Okay?
No.
She's
She was
misunderstood.
designed she was designed internally to look like a biblically accurate angel. Of course she's gonna go evil.
It's meant to be. But it's also this guy's fucking fault. So she's designed to travel like a wrinkle in motherfucking time. Okay? You don't travel in a straight line across space and time. You fold that shit. You fold it like a lady. And then you go through fucking
The time vortex from Doctor
that's
Who.
that. Um, except somehow she went to hell and she came back alive, an alive
Yeah.
demon.
Like that one episode of Doctor Who where they go
Oh
to
my
a
god.
parallel world. If Elle can talk about Star Trek, I can talk about Doctor Who when we're
Yeah,
filming
okay.
sci-fi episodes.
I'm gonna give that to you because yesterday was your birthday. But the difference here is that Elle is quick.
I'm done. I'm done. We can talk about Event
Okay, you
Horizon.
be lingering, okay, and spreading.
What is it about sci-fi films like set in space that they have to flood it with religious imagery?
Because I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Just because all this talk, it's all like kind of connected. I've always felt that space and deep sea are
Hmm.
like the same thing, you know? And
Hmm.
when you pop in something like this, it's like it's literally all connected to like what's considered the firmament, like and heaven and hell. It's all kind
Hmm.
of a thing that I feel like we don't really understand. And so,
Hmm.
you know, this is what our brains can think of. Obviously, she went to hell and opened up a dimension for space demons. Obviously.
She became alive.
She did, and like good for her. Good for you. I don't condone killing innocent people, but like fuck around, find out.
Some of them deserved
Some of them I'm not gonna finish that statement because who am
it.
I? Who the fuck
Poor
am
Mama
I?
Bear. Poor Mama Bear.
Oh, that whole thing. Poor Justin. Like Justin was the first to
Oh,
get fucked up. And I started to get suspicious of the doctor. First of all, he was immediately sus because he's having these nightmares. And I'm like, why is he having nightmares of this place? You know what I mean? And then when he sees his dead wife with no eyeballs, did you hear
mhm.
his scream? That was, you were not selling that for me.
Oh.
Sir.
I assumed that the dead wife disappeared with the event horizon. That's like, I'm not outlandish saying that, right? Because we don't find out anything about her until like the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't really know. I feel like maybe it has to be, but like they show her committing sue in a
Yeah,
bathtub.
that is what happened to her. So,
Yeah.
but like the premonition throughout this is like, oh, she must have disappeared in the event horizon, and that's why he's asking, can they see any bodies? But then they like changed their mind last minute almost.
I think he has a messed up imagination. This man's obviously crazy. I'm sure he's fucked several parts of this ship. When no one was
He
looking or
still
when they
is.
were. Oh yeah, forever.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But the reason why I was talking about his craziness is because he immediately, like, after 7 years, the Event Horizon resurfaces and he's like, all right, gents, like how Burke tried to get Ripley and he lied to her. He
Mhm.
tried to fucking, like, you know, glitter over this shit. And Lawrence Fishburne was like, I need you to understand none of us fucking want to be here. So get with the shits and tell us what's going on. And he's like, all right, well, we're gonna see that Event Horizon. And they immediately want to jump ship. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
immediately, like, fuck
Mhm.
now. Which they should have had the option to do so. You'll never get me. You'll never fucking get me with a space mission. As I texted you, I'ma
You,
die.
you said you will die on Earth.
I did. I did. Stuck to a smoldering corpse of a planet. Miss
Because
me with space travel.
I text you saying, it's 2015. Where is my moon base?
No, I'm not doing it. There's probably moon demons up there, down there, everywhere.
That that's the plot of the video game Doom. They
Fuck
go to Mars and
no.
Mars is hell.
See, you see what I'm saying? I mean, to me, space is hell. Deep sea
Yeah.
is hell. With all the Cthulhu's down there, don't talk to
Mhm.
me. Don't talk to me. So, anyways, this movie.
Anyway. Oh, sorry. Just while you were talking about the connection between sea and space, I love in sci-fi whenever they use like sailor terminology.
And you know
Uh,
why they do that? It's
mhm.
all holding hands up there in a space I don't
Why
want to belong to. I don't want to be there.
why did they give Lawrence Fishburne that like chair that's connected to the ceiling when the rest of them are on rolly chairs?
I don't know. Is that the boss's chair?
It's supposed to be, yeah, but it looks so, I don't know. It felt really emasculating because it took them so long to like turn around when they could do it like so quickly.
User error. We don't know if he just doesn't know how to use his chair. Maybe he didn't get trained on it properly. Don't talk about my guy like that.
I'm not abusing him. I'm not abusing him.
Yeah, you better not. I'll fight you.
The cryo sleep.
No,
You're terrified of the cryo sleep.
it literally scares me shitless. Cryo sleep. No, anybody could be doing anything to you. I don't know what that juice is. No, no, I'm scared.
And
Give me
Lucius
demon
Malfoy
stare.
just smoking cigarettes the whole time.
As soon as I saw him, I'm like, Lucius, what are you doing here? Where's your cane? Your cane wand. Where's Dobby? Ridiculous.
Dobby's on the ship.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't know. The shit gets crazy real fast. I just would never agree to something like this. I'm suspicious of regular men already, but spacemen? No. I don't
Mm-hmm.
believe you. I just don't fucking believe you. And obviously,
This film had so many like horror throwbacks, like cameos
uh-huh.
almost of different films, because it's like above Neptune and it's in like an ion cloud or whatever. It was like Haunted Mansion. Like there's lightning going on outside that makes it like
Very
look
cool.
like a haunted mansion. Um, the big like tide of blood that came out of the ship, The Shining.
But that whole scene was freaking crazy because at that point they're trying to escape and they think everything's good and they push a button and then everything's flooded with blood and then
Hmm.
the glass breaks. It's raining really hard all of a sudden. These streets are gonna flood, brother.
It's because we're talking about the Event Horizon. She doesn't like it.
Gotta be. But like, don't blame me. This movie's old. Not as old as I thought. Because let's talk about that for a second. It's literally giving 80s.
And it's 26, just like me.
I this movie does not look like a 1997 at
Mm-mm.
all. It doesn't look like a 90s,
The
respectfully.
the thing that got me about it was this film was clearly like meant to be in 3D
Oh yeah.
because they're so delighted with like all the floating around stuff going
The
very
floating
slowly.
watch, the floating caca water, the floating corpsicle, which
Oh, the corpsicle was class.
when I saw the corpsicle and like the walls covered in like visceral
Mhm.
spooge, I was like, please, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what this is. Like, I didn't
And
know it was the ship at that point. I'm like, is there a monster? Like, and
mhm,
another like really, I don't know, this scene like really spooked me. And I was
mhm,
watching this movie like during the day, like during a work day or whatever, when they find the camera and it's showing like all of like that satanic ritual that's happening
mhm.
and they're like all covered in gore and
They're
like
speaking Latin, and one
speaking
of the
Latin and
guys is
stabbing
holding
each
his
other,
own.
his
He's holding his own
eyeballs.
eyeballs up. Yeah.
I was like, I was stunned. I was stunned. And they're immediately set up for like shit to go awry because as soon as they
Hmm.
connect to the event horizon and they like get in there, shit starts popping off. Like, the hull is breached in there, sheep.
Steph has had a little bit to drink.
Pink. Um their ship gets fucked up. Their like
Hmm.
CO2 scrubbers are broken. There's all kinds of like everything that you would think if I was in that situation, which I wouldn't be because I'm a smart bitch, but I would
Hmm.
immediately make it everybody's fucking problem. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here? How is this a good idea? And I'm not going to stop complaining until I'm safe back at where we came from. You will hear my mouth the entire time because what are we doing here? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? The instant there was a floating hand, actually, let me back up. The instant they did the scan of the event horizon and they're like there's something wrong with the scan, I'm detecting life forms but all over the fucking place. Absolutely the fuck not.
Hmm.
Get us back out of here. And
Because
like,
I love that description. Like they were being treated like antibodies, or they were
uh
being treated like an infection inside the ship because the ship is alive.
so basically, yeah, they They are. But like when you don't know that the ship is alive and you're just very confused, it's a lot.
Mm.
It's a really
Yeah.
like a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, yeah. I didn't like the actor that played the wee boy,
The Witch Boy?
the mama bear's
Oh,
hallucination.
Dustin. Oh
No,
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 the
no, her
little boy.
hallucination son. Yes, yeah, yeah.
Okay, with his fucked up legs, was it his legs that scared you, or was it
Hmm.
just yeah, they were
No,
scary.
it was the little like smirk whenever she fell down the hole. Like we didn't need to pan back to him. She was dead. He's why are they hallucinating the ship looking down in like little boys?
You know, she doesn't play by anybody's rules, including yours.
Yeah, yeah,
And I started to get extra suspicious when they're like, all right, we gotta abort mission because like, you know, what the heck? Lucius is
yeah.
up strung up by hooks through the skin, you
Jason
know.
Isaac. Yeah.
I you don't like me calling him Lucius?
Oh no, we can call him Lucius. Yeah, it's just we
Lucy.
every time we mention Harry Potter on this podcast, we have to say fuck terms.
We might as well just make it like an ingrained hashtag in all of our bios because we mean that shit.
We
We
do.
means it.
Yeah.
I don't know how
You
I'm
know
gonna
who
lead another
supports trans
episode.
rights? The Event Horizon.
That's probably true. Okay, she may be satanic, but like we ain't gotta panic.
She may be satanic, but like she's at least decent.
She's with the shits, you
Yeah.
know? She doesn't care what your sexuality or your gender is or what your pronouns are. She'll kill you either way. She's an equal opportunity Satanist.
This ship, um, I loved like watching this. All I could think of was that one line from Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, part of the crew, part of the ship.
Yeah. Parts of the Caribbean is fucked up. Parts of that could be a horror movie. I'm just saying. Just
Good. Yeah, yeah.
not
But we're talking
not
about
that we're gonna cover.
Horizon now. We're not veering off into
Right,
Pirates
right,
of the
right.
Caribbean.
Pirates of the Event Horizon. Can you hear
Pirates.
that?
The music?
No. The
Oh,
rain hitting my door. It's
can't.
aggressive. Good. Oh my gosh. Um, okay. Yeah.
The length of this was great as well because it wasn't drawn out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was an
I
hour 15. It wasn't 2 hours or anything, and it was quick. Like there was some parts that they slowed down for, but you needed those, I think.
I think so too. Yeah, I wasn't messed up about the length of the movie. And then it really started to pick up at the end when,
Hmm.
you know, I'm
It was like
sorry.
we got to half an hour left of the film and no one had died yet.
Yeah, and then they just start, all right, you decide because he kept saying like the ship's not gonna let anybody leave. Like
Mm-mm.
she's not gonna let you go. Um, but yeah, so I was confused for a while. First I didn't realize immediately that Sam Neill, Dr. Weir made the ship at
Mm-hmm.
first because
Mm-hmm.
I was working while I was
So
watching.
was I when I watched this.
But then I was like, okay. I'm like, I'm not understanding why everyone wants to abort mission, but not him. And then he slunk into the shadows like a creepy bitch and said, I am home. And I was like, alrighty then.
He gave a
But
lot of David vibes. You know, David with the xenomorphs, him with the ship.
yeah, yeah. There's always gonna be someone. There's always that's part of
Hmm.
the space horror formula.
There
Um,
has to be a scientist that wants to keep the bad thing alive.
I did it and then he immediately makes himself suspicious in the beginning because he's like, "Why are you worried about the gateway? The gateway's perfectly safe." Hello, Justin's fucked up. What are you saying to me? I'm like,
Hmm.
why are you so adamant that this thing is safe? And then I was like, oh, the clickers were clicking. I'm like, oh, you're a crazy bitch. Okay, but he sacrificed his eyes.
Oh, the gouging it out. Yeah, that was a good scene.
So good. And he's like,
Where
I
we're
don't
going,
know.
we don't need
Oh,
eyes.
literally, where we're going, we don't need eyes to see. And I'm just like, fuck you. Let me keep my fucking eyeballs. Like,
He did a Doc Brown.
I'm just very aggressive when people try to tell me what I want and what I don't want
Hmm.
and what to do. Could be the Virgo, I'm not sure. But like,
Especially when it's Sam Neill saying it to Lawrence Fishburne.
mm-hmm, yeah, you don't fuck with Lawrence. You don't you don't fuck with Lawrence. So I was worried for Cooper also because he was attached
Hmm.
when this guy sneaks on to what is it, the Lewis and Clark, and he plants that
Yeah, the Lewis,
explosive.
another great name for a ship, but like
I did like that
not
one.
not for a rescue ship, I don't think. For an
No.
exploring one, sure, but
Maybe they fucked themselves choosing the Lewis and Clark, but he explodes poor Smitty, and then
or Smitty.
Cooper is like stuck to this fly. He becomes flying shrapnel. But
Hmm.
I love an innovative man, and he gets to flying back towards the ship. Okay,
Hmm.
so Weir sacrifices his eyes, and then the ship like eats him and spits him back out a Cenobite.
Well, no, he shot at Cooper through like the windscreen of the ship, and the it
Oh,
got
he was still this guy.
depressurized, so he was
Right. He got
yeah.
sucked out. And I love that because I was like, yay, bye, bitch. Um,
And the ship resurrected him as a Cenobite.
which like I have issues. I have issues there. Why?
He's more terrifying as that, like with his eyes hold stitched up, than
I
he
think so
was
too. And
as the
then
Cenobite.
when he comes back as Cenobite, he's literally like
Chonk. Yeah.
flexing. He's wearing a little loincloth. He's
Mhm.
bald. He's got
And
fucking
covered in like
symbols carved
markings.
in, yeah, into his body. Like he's supposed to be some like, oh, I'm one with the ship. Nah, I'm a fucking badass. You still got bodied, respect,
Yeah.
disrespectfully. So like,
And while the rest of the hallucinations on the ship were very much like the ship doing it,
yeah.
he retains some of his like consciousness or personality at least. Like he talks about her like she's a separate thing.
Well, he's crazy pants.
No, but what I mean, whenever he's being resurrected.
Oh, eh.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
It was just a very confusing. Like I feel like they could have just I mean they could have resurrected him short, but given more of this. And funny when I the article that I got this picture from, it was like, is Event Horizon actually scary, or are we just scared of an angry Sam Neill? And I was like, that's a
Fair point.
valid question. That's a valid question. I wouldn't
Did
want him to yell at me.
did Event Horizon live up to your expectations?
No.
No.
No, I don't know. I guess I was expecting more. For me, where it left me lacking, I guess, was action. You know?
Mm,
So like I love Jason Isaac strung
mm,
up because he didn't just get strung up by hooks, like he got scalpeled. There was a scuffle
mm.
there. I would have loved to see more of that. I don't want to see short-haired space baddie getting bodied by her ghost kid. I don't care about that. She just fell down a fucking hole. Like I would have loved to see like
She
this
she fell
ship.
down the hole and exploded.
But I feel like that there
Oh
could have
no,
been
I'm
more
not saying that's
there.
a good death. I'm saying
Oh,
what the hell.
no, no, seriously, because this ship has traveled beyond the boundaries of scientific explanation. Give
Hmm.
me something, like
Hmm.
in Hellraiser 2 when they're in the Hellraiser world, they're in the hellscape. There's weird shit down there. There's
Hmm.
weird shit. Give me some more weird shit. Like the corpsicle was cool. Make another one. Make a
Hmm.
new corpsicle.
They must have cut a lot out of this film because whenever he like rips open Lucius's shirt, there's already a scar there, and like
Oh,
he speaks Latin,
he does speak
and
Latin.
he's able to he like restrains Smitty and holds a scalpel to his neck like he's a badass.
He is a badass.
They must have cut his character down so much.
We don't get enough of Lucius badass.
We do not. For me, it was. some of the action that they did put in just didn't make sense. Like
Like,
whenever the blood tide comes, like it bursts and the
yeah.
blood tide comes out, she throws herself back, like she flies back like she's been punched for whatever reason. Before the blood even touches her, she's like, "What?"
They just they didn't do enough choreography there.
No. And during the fight scene between Weir and Fishburne,
Hmm.
um, they added in so many like stock sound effects, like thwack, thump, boom.
I wasn't even paying attention to that.
Oh, it was so terrible.
I mean, you know, they didn't want to get hit, I guess.
I like this film. I think it let me down in the last like 5 minutes, maybe.
I don't think it's bad at all.
No, no, no,
It's
no.
just not, I think in my imagination I was just hyping it up to be something a little bit
Mhm.
different because I mean if you're going to include some of those elements like that we can clearly pick out like from Hellraiser and stuff, go there. Like
Mhm.
you're already using buckets of blood. Go there. This bitch is sewed up in a bunch of different. You took his eyes. Like just go there.
Go a little
Especially
bit
for it being
further.
1997 and not the 80s. Do it for me.
Mhm.
All right, respectfully.
They wanted to show off their 3D capabilities of like a floating spanner.
Please, I prefer Jaws 3 3D. Thank you. Amen.
Piranha's 3 double D, I prefer. But
But I will take the survival of melanin, and I
hmm
will bow out gracefully because I love that shit. Like, I love that shit. Especially for someone you think is a fucking goner. He's just whoop. Oh, Cooper's gone. Cooper's
how
gone.
horrible is Justin's life going to be now?
Oh,
His eyes blew up.
there's not enough therapy in this life or the next.
I would have just, I would have preferred to die in that
Like,
circumstance.
just fucking end me. Like, just
Hmm
end me. How can I go on? Like, and like the nightmares, and they show you like what it's gonna be because they
hmm
have these again with the cryo sleep. They have these fucking nightmares that they wake up from, and I'm like, that's gonna be forever. That's gonna be forever, baby.
hmm
Uh, sorry about it.
the ending of the film threw me a wee bit, mainly because the guy that's like, get me a sedative now. Who is he
Yeah,
shouting to? Who's he shouting to?
nobody because the door's closing. That also got me because
And
I'm
he
like,
does it
she's
every time. He keeps doing it. He did it like 3, 4 times.
right, and she's not even freaking out that much at all.
No.
Like when he says it, like the last couple of times as the door's closing, she's not even fucking moving. Like relax,
Good.
relax. It seems to me like a guy who's never seen a lady before, like never been in a room with a woman ever.
He's he's from the 1800s. He's like
Oh,
a
too much
woman in
wrist.
hysterics.
Send her to the loony bin.
She must be on her monthlies.
I hate that. I hate
So a
it.
good film. Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would because I think we've established with the movies that we've covered recently, space scares the fuck out of me. Give me demons. Give
That
me.
that's another connection because you're terrified of demonic possession as well. Space and demonic possession. That's interesting.
as I as I said, it's all the same. It's all the same. It's all connected. I'm scared of it all. No, thank you. I think people like horror fans just should see this for sure.
hmm
I think even not horror fans should see Alien and Aliens. You can stop after that for my professional
How long?
recommendation.
Covenant isn't that bad.
Woo! For
It could be
woo!
shorter. It could.
It could be
I
shorter.
I would edit it down a little bit more,
I
but
approve of Fastbender on Fastbender. um, but like space is scary. I don't care what anyone says, and it scared me since I was little. Armageddon left a mark on
Armageddon.
my brain. And I don't
Mhm.
even think that's classified as horror. It's probably like a
It's not.
thriller or something, sci-fi
It's
or
like a
whatever.
Disney superhero film almost because they have Aerosmith playing throughout it.
Yeah, I didn't sleep for days after I saw that fucking movie the first time.
It's
So,
very American excellence, which this film is too, kind of, but it doesn't explain. Like it sets up all like, oh, we are a spacefaring nation now.
eh,
All these ships are USSE, United States, um, whatever.
I'm not doing it.
Um,
I'm not doing it. When they make the expedition to take us to Mars, I'm gonna be the one that they shoot in the brain because I refuse to get on the fucking ship. Shoot me, bitch.
episode's over. Yeah, we done. Event Horizon completed. Would
Thank
watch
you,
again.
Sam Neill,
It's
for your
fun. It's
service.
fun.
Amen. It's fun.
Mhm.
All right, well,
Who do you need on a ship?
huh?
Melanin,
You
short hair
need
baddie,
melanin, short-haired space baddie, crazy
angry Englishman,
angry English man, crazy dedicated science folk who bangs the ship,
a woman,
a woman who doesn't wear pants,
a doctor that is also a woman that gets taken out because we don't really pay attention to her.
and a man in a cowboy hat
And that's it. Yeah.
who can fix things. Yeah, that's great.
Tennessee.
Tennessee is the only 10 I see. Okay. Anyways, you
You
can
know who we
find
don't have on ships?
no,
James Franco.
no. And if you do have one, kill him in the first 5 minutes. You can find this podcast on the interwebs at ghostinthemagazine.site or on Twitter at GITM Podcast. You can find me on Twitter at WitchXPudding.
And you can find me at J. Rafferty Poet.
Okay, bye.